Hi there. I want to do a quick little thing about these floppy disks. Now, these came from a Texas Instrument book, and I was sent these to archive them. Specifically, these are spice models, actually, which are really cool. I've been trying to get some spice models on floppy disks for a while, actually. So it's funny. I was reached out about ripping these, and I'm like, dude, that's awesome. So I've got this one, I think, done. This one kind of worked, kind of didn't. But then there's this one, and I think we have to do something I've never done before. So first off, this one had some not so great stuff happening on the surface of the disc. See if I can find it here. There we go. So I can see some marking on the top of the disc there, so I don't think it's doing so great. But I'd also like to point out that I'm putting my two fingers in the center of the disc and then rotating the jacket around the disc there, essentially, so that I can inspect different parts of the actual media. Well, that's where this one becomes a problem. So if I put my fingers in there again and then try to spin it, it doesn't spin. It's really, really difficult. You can see the index hole there. I can get it to spin, but it's very, very difficult. So for reference, here's a just completely different disc. So I can put my fingers in there and I can actually spin the jacket around. That's how loose it is. This one, I'm not really going to try too hard with that because I'll cut my fingers. There's something weird going on here, and the jacket is sticking to the actual magnetic media. So I can see there's a pinch right there, and there's a little bit right there. Now I tried to take a flat blade screwdriver wrapped in a microfiber cloth, stick it under there and smush that flat. Didn't help at all, as you can see. So I'm going to try and remove the jacket. Now, I've never done this before, but the jacket is just two pieces. Actually, it's one piece of plastic that's folded over along one side and then spot welded in the plastic along the edge with little tabs folded over. So I'm just going to peel this up, and that's it. That's how you get into a floppy disk. Now, if you've never looked at the anatomy of a 5 1/4 inch disc, there is the magnetic material itself, and that is the reason that it is called a floppy disk. I'm trying to avoid touching that with my hands. I'm not really sure how I'm going to get this out of here. Let me get something to grab that with. There we are, microfiber cloth. And that is the disc itself. I've never taken apart a floppy, so that's kind of interesting to see. Now, I'm really trying not to touch it. You can see the center area, there's some marks there. I did touch it there because I was trying to move the media around. So that's the disc itself. Now I'm going to set this aside onto a safe surface. And to just look in here, there is a felt lining, and I'm guessing that got contaminated somehow. So it's sticking. So what I'm going to do here, thinking actually I might try and just put it in this one. I don't have a good donor jacket, I think. I can go look and see if I have a bad disc, actually. I'll be right back. All right, no, I can't find a bad disc. So what I'm going to do instead is take this 1.2 megabyte disc, because these just are not as useful. And I'm going to do the same thing, open this up here, and then I'm going to transplant the media into this jacket. Ooh, that one's a lot tougher. Make sure I keep this flat so I don't crease it. That would kind of defeat the whole point here. You know what? I'm even going to go so far as to get scissors and just trim that off. I've encountered a few warped jackets already, so I think maybe making one of these my permanent, like, just try it in this jacket, probably is actually a very useful thing. Thanks for that one spot weld for just hanging on there. Alright, so now I can fold open this, yeah, and then slide this out. I should get some like cloth gloves or something for this in the future. I'm going to just put that right there. I'm going to grab The other one, okay, good. With, all right, well, 1.2 meg discs, this will not work for, but for 360K discs, there is a ring right there, and I know I need to put that on the top. I'll have to keep that in mind in the future. I no longer know which side was which on that one, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so there we go. That's a lot smoother. All right, I'm going to go try imaging this now in this jacket to see if that works better, because I think it was pinching on the other one and it was just not moving well. So the reads were really terrible. All right, here we go. The hub on the drive should lock it in place, so that should be fine. And let's see what happens. Actually, I'm going to rename the output file to alt. That seems like it might be better. Okay, I'm going to let it go and see what happens. I do believe that is a good rip. Should be able to go in here. Yeah, that looks excellent. Forgive the stupid Gwenview image. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, these discs are weird. I'm not sure someone didn't delete the files or something, because none of the contents are there. But if I look at it in a hex editor, the files will all be there. But there we go. Some open floppy surgery to get a good read. All right, well, I'm going to keep this jacket aside now, because I know I have at least one other disc that's warped like that, so that'll definitely be a handy trick to have in my back pocket.